Continuously attacking cargo ships in the Red Sea, the Houthis are creating a major challenge to U.S. power, forcing Washington to find a response. When Iranian-backed militia groups repeatedly attacked U.S. forces in Syria and Iraq recently, President Joe Biden's administration responded strongly with force. On December 25, the Pentagon announced that it had deployed, necessary and proportionate, airstrikes against 3 facilities used by the Kataib Hezbollah armed group in Iraq, killing many gunmen. But when the Houthi group in Yemen conducted more than 100 attacks with missiles and drones, UAVs, on a series of ships in the Red Sea, including U.S. warships, Washington has so far not launched a decisive response. Paralysis. The shipping raids are part of a growing regional confrontation between Iran's allies and the United States and Israel. A declassified document from the U.S. Department of Defense shows that Houthi attacks in the first half of December were 8, while in the second half of November there were only 3. The Houthi group's move has opened a new front in the region, while the conflict between Israel and Hamas remains tense. This is also the latest test of America's ability to continue supporting Israel, its closest ally in the Middle East, while also preventing the conflict from spreading into a regional war. Every side, including Iran, is trying to avoid escalating the conflict and falling into a dangerous situation, said Andrew Tabler, former director for the Middle East at the U.S. National Security Council. Yemen has been mired in civil war for nearly 10 years, in which Iran backs the Houthis, who control the capital and large areas in the west of the country, confronting the internationally recognized government of President Abd Rabbu Mansur Hadi as living in exile. After fighting broke out in Gaza, the Houthis expressed support for Hamas by launching missiles into southern Israel, and vowed to attack all cargo ships related to Tel Aviv, despite the warnings. U.S. warning and deterrence. A series of large maritime companies have decided to send ships around the Cape of Good Hope in Africa, to avoid increasing risks in the Red Sea. Continuous Houthi attacks forced the U.S. and its allies to deploy warships to the area, to ease concerns of some shippers. The U.S. destroyer USS Thomas Hudner on November 15 launched missiles to shoot down 3 UAVs launched by Houthi from Yemen through the Red Sea. But this move did not stop the Houthis from continuing to attack cargo ships, while the U.S. did not have enough resources to patrol 2 wide waters, as well as intercept all UAVs and missiles launched by the armed group. On December 15, the Ardmore encounter ship registered in Bermuda was carrying fuel from India to West Africa when a small boat carrying an armed group appeared. One of the people who contacted the ship, claiming to be from the Yemeni Navy, asked Ardmore encounter to move to a storage facility controlled by Houthi if he did not want to be attacked. "We did not follow suit and were immediately attacked," the crew member said. The group of people on the boat launched 2 missiles towards the ship, but both failed to hit the target. These types of attacks have prompted the U.S. to rush to form a naval alliance of 20 countries to join hands to deal with the Houthis. The alliance will conduct Operation Protective Prosperity, in which the United States, along with Britain, Bahrain, Canada, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Norway and other allies, will conduct joint patrols in the southern Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, to prevent and respond to Houthi attacks. On December 24, shipping and logistics company A.P. Moller-Maersk said that the U.S.-led effort gives them peace of mind to continue operating cargo ships in the Red Sea. But many other companies such as Britain's BP plc or Norway's Equinor refused to resume operations in this area. Houthis immediately warned of more attacks in response to the U.S. and its allies sending warships to the area. The threat to international maritime activities stems from the militarization of the Red Sea by the U.S. and its allies, Mohammed Abdul Salam, spokesman for the Houthi group, wrote on social network X. 2 days later, MSC Mediterranean Shipping said its United 8 ship was attacked while en route from Saudi Arabia to Pakistan. The crew sent a distress signal to a warship of the U.S.-led Joint Naval Force in the area. U.S. fighters, warships and other assets then shot down 12 UAVs, 3 anti-ship missiles and 2 Houthi surface-to-surface missiles in the Red Sea within 10 hours. However, experts say that the U.S. and its coalition will quickly run out of resources when they have to continuously launch expensive missiles to intercept the Houthis' cheap UAVs. This poses a huge challenge for the U.S., in the context that Washington cannot use force to respond to the Houthis due to fear of sparking a direct conflict with Iran, the country that supports the armed group in Yemen. The U.S. is also increasingly concerned about Iran's direct involvement in attacks on shipping in the Red Sea.